Okay, so this is the first video of this new playlist. As a writer, on the YouTube thing, I've done like my personal life playlist, I've done the how-to playlist, and I thought, what about just the writing life playlist on what is going on in my characters' lives? Because lately, I have no freaking clue what the hell's going on. Okay? So, if you don't know, I am currently working on a Mafia novella spinoff series. Now, book 1 is already out. Okay? Book 1's out there. It's out in the world. It's doing something. Okay? I hope it's doing good. I haven't honestly checked. I've learned to stop looking at reviews a long time ago. Okay? Because sometimes it's a spiral for anxiety. So, lately, I've been working on book 2, which is about the older brother. Okay, I'm not going to give title names because my readers don't even know titles yet. They haven't even seen the cover. Because, truthfully, I don't know when the hell that thing's coming out. Okay, so, yesterday, lately in the last month or so, I've been able to find a little bit of time here and there to have some creativity. Now, since I've had my son, creativity has been very, very, difficult to find. Very, very difficult to find. So, it's been very hard to get any of the books done or even work done. So, yesterday, I happened to have this burst of creative energy. And I'm like, we're going to work on book number 2 because I have this idea in my head. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, how am I going to make this work? So I kind of went over and over and over my head. Like, okay, first off, my MMC in book 2, he is a former mafia boss. And in book 1, okay, he hands the reins over to his brother. If you want to know more about that, you have to read it. So book 2 is about him basically trying to find his, not stride, but trying to find his new life. And because I'm a country girl and a farm girl, I add a little bit of that into book 2 for him. The problem is, when you're writing any kind of dark romance at all, readers want a certain amount of violence in those books. So while he has it, I also have to write him in a certain way because he's not an impulsive person. He's very calculated and very strategic when he does things. So I'm like, okay, I want this to happen. But how do I do it in a way that does not show impulse? And readers be like, well, one minute he's very calculated and now he's just off, we don't even know what he's doing. That's not what I want. So yesterday, I kept going over in my head, how am I going to make this happen? How am I going to make this happen? And I finally figured out how it's going to happen, okay? So, but I'm not going to give you all the details. I'm going to read it first. But I am going to go and, let you know my thought process and what I'm going through with this. So, right now, he's in a direction that I want him to go, which is a good direction. So, and as I'm working on, his arc a little bit, I'm also kind of thinking, oh crap, book 3. Oh God. So, the MMC in book 3, I think, is one that everyone, he's already a favorite already in book 1. I've had so many readers tell me, oh my God, I just adore him. I cannot wait for him. He's just the sweetest little, person ever. Okay? Yes, he's also a part of the family, but he's the attorney, so he comes a little different. But yes, he's also a sweetheart. So I'm trying to figure out book 2's MMC and how to make his arc very much not impulsive, very calculated, very strategic in this situation, I'm also thinking, how am I going to translate this kind of man into book 3's situation? Now, I feel like in book 3, it's going to be easier because he is the lawyer, or as they call, in Belfast, the barrister. So I'm kind of like, okay, I think he's going to be a little bit easier to figure out, unlike the current MMC I'm dealing with in book 2. Yeah. Oh, in book 4, yeah, that crap took a turn. Yeah. Book 4, I'm just going to tell you that not everyone is who they seem to be. I'm just going to leave that out there right now. Yeah, that FMC took a whole new twist. Yeah, that was a whole new twist I did not see coming. But it kept calling to me, like, she wanted to be that kind of person. Like, she wanted that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let her have it. I'm going to let her have it, and I'm going to see where this goes. So I have played with her story a little bit in the last month, not a whole lot, because I've really had a lot more inspiration for book 2 and their storyline. So yeah, that's what's going on right now in the storytelling world that I'm currently living in. Yeah, so stay tuned for next week, because you never know where my characters are going to take me. Truthfully, I don't even know. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week.